Alright.
Incense? Offerings for the temple?
I apologize about the audio in the last video. I figured out what was wrong and I have fixed it. Now, we need to go to this Temple of Gone, which I guess is over here. Let's go. Iron Flail Gunner. Are they?
So it is you.
Adair?
I could not think of a reason why your ghost should haunt the Deadfire, save to haunt me. And that smacks of arrogance.
Edric smiles crookedly at you, something which causes the soldier beside him to regard you with amused curiosity.
Sister.
Edric turns towards Yodi, bowing his head. Blushing, Yodi tries not to preen. Edric seems pleased. Aloth gives you a pained look. Edric gestures the soldier to turn away. He steps in closer towards you, as if to share a spiritual whisper. But you notice that he's looking elsewhere. Behind you, around you.
Another collection of spirits?
Said
The
no.
rumor was that Cat Nua was destroyed, and you with it. I was sorry to hear it.
Oh, I don't know this guy at all. I was dead. Bareth brought me back.
The gods have a purpose for you. That much has always been clear.
Adric seems to be speaking entirely in earnest. There is a trace of envy in his voice.
When the priest spoke of Aethys' return, I volunteered to come, along with a few of my men. I think the Morning Council was content to have me out of the way. That's putting it all very simply. But then, I suspect few of us have simple reasons for coming to the Deadfire.
I'm here to conquer the Deadfire of the Deerwood. No. I'm tracking down Athos.
So, his appearance has renewed your faith as well. I think for once I am content to wait. If our God wishes to speak with us, wishes anything of us, he will give us a sign. The priests pray daily for it.
And what do you want from Athos?
I would know if he has a plan for Raid Saris.
Raid Saris. Is the Deerwood neighbor to the north. Raid Saris is a nation firmly rooted in Etho-Asian faith. A favor that took hold during the events of the Saint War and remains even after the apparent death of Athos.
Seemed to remember he already had one. Just wasn't any good.
Yes, play the jealous child. All you knew of his plan was that you weren't part of it.
Aethys had something he wanted to get done, and he chose Raid Saris to pay the price. Yet here you are, begging for more. Say what you want about Dear Woodens, but at least they got a will of their own.
Adric, enough.
You're right. That was uncalled for. I apologize.
Adric takes a step back, red-faced. Still fretting about your watcher abilities? Adric's jaw tense. He looks away, shifting uncomfortably.
I don't know. I came here on a pilgrimage of a kind. Nekataka is full of spirits. And the sea, where to begin?
Self-loathing is a blight on the soul, Edric. Don't make your journey through hell darker than it has to be.
You're right, of course, sister.
Edric stands up a little straighter, as if scolded. He shifts uncomfortably, his gaunt face drawn.
You are a watcher still, yet you are neither mad nor killed. It's good to see.
Bareth scraped off the rough spots, I guess.
Perhaps so. But you were worthy of Bareth's attention.
What's new? What news of Raid Saris?
Each missive from the Deadfire raises new tumult. Some believe our Lord restored, while others doubt. We've done penance for many long years. None of us know what forgiveness ought to look like.
It doesn't seem like Aethys has his mind on forgiveness these days.
Alright, well, see you around, Audric.
Take care. And may...
Oops, cut him off there. My bad. Anything over here? Boxes? Boxes? No, no, no. Alrighty then.
Here's where I do the ritual. Right there, under the statue of God.
Surely as I do.
Yeah. Oh, he's a Grim Reaper. I guess that makes sense. You know, she does carry a scythe around.
As you like.
Rubbing the back of her neck self-consciously, Jody cast her gaze to the side.
Nothing like a homecoming to make a girl remember her roots, even if they are dried up and half dead.
She sighs, nudging a bit of mud from her boots before she lifts her face to settle on you with her big, dark brown eyes. Edward looks skyward. He shakes his head.
Sometimes I wonder if my brethren don't think I got black ichor running in my veins.
Black ichor, huh? People often fear what they do not understand.
Suppose they do. Suppose sometimes people do bad things in the name of their gods.
Edward glowers nearby.
But my brethren do more good than bad. And more good than most.
Edward appears genuinely moved.
Besides, I often don't understand you, Watcher. But I ain't afraid of you.
That's reassuring.
Is it? You shouldn't be so fine to me, Watcher.
Well, why not?
Makes me think untoward things. Gives me notions I don't need to be getting.
Jody.
I can't risk straying when I got a duty to gone.
So we came here to cleanse your soul.
Alright. Yeah, I'm ready. I've done this before, but never with such a full lantern. You may want to stand back. The experience can be somewhat intense.
Alright. Kneeling before the statue of Gon, Jody sets her lantern between her knees. Head bowed, she presses both palms to the copper cage. A low chant from her lips. As it grows louder, the light from her lantern grows brighter, as does the lantern that the statue of Gon hold in one skeletal hand. Two lights pulse in rhythm, with the chant resonating with each other. Two heartbeats that pulse faster and stronger until the light from Gon's lantern bursts outward in a shower of violent hued rays. The essence bathes Zodi bent form, making her jolt upright as a cry escapes her.
Don't know if I feel cleaner, but I feel something. Blessed for sure.
Jody offers you a half smile as she retrieves her lantern, trembling fingers curling against the gleaming metal cage.
Let's just hope it lasts, because my lantern feels as heavy as ever, full to brimming with essence, like dark water spilling over my mind.
Remind me of the difference between Gon and Aethys.
Aethys is dead, and Gon is the death before life.
I don't know why everyone says Aethys is dead when he's walking around the Deadfire archipelago like a madman.
He's the ripeness before the fall.
See? But we know Ethos isn't dead.
That lumbering hunk of Audra might claim to be Aethys, but that doesn't matter a whit.
She shrugs.
He died, so he can't be Aethys anymore. Death changes every soul, even a god's. And if it doesn't, it should.
Why are you gathering souls in your lantern?
I was born to reap souls and lead them to the light.
Eloth tenses fingers and smiles.
Now with Aethys dead, and these dire visions, I think I need to shield them from a hell gone dark. But the more I gather, the more my mind turns to tatters.
What if you didn't collect souls anymore?
That ain't gonna happen.
Grinding her teeth, she shoots out at you an incredulous expression.
You'd ask me to turn my back on my god?
No, I was just asking a question. The Dawn Stars are all about goodness and light. Why are you so concerned about death and darkness?
Why do you think the god of rebirth held an aspect of death within him? You can't have life without dying.
Alright, now we're getting into philosophy.
There ain't no beginning without a prior ending. Ain't no day without night. No spring without fall.
But what about winter and summer? You could have winter and summer and no spring and no fall.
You can't grow crops if you never harvest for seeds.
Okay, well, let's be off.
All right, I'll be right behind you.
Well, that was a little bit less anticlimactic than I thought. Though weathered in age, this tree is dotted with buds and nascent branches indicating new growth. Indicating new growth, not indicating. Did I need to talk to anyone over there? Well, I'm gone. Now where to?
How'd you come by that scar on your brow, Aloth?
This? I found myself in a rather perilous situation with a band of Dargools.
Dargools can be real nasty. You're lucky that's all you got to show for it.
I certainly gave them worse. Not to boast, of course.
Alright, so with that being done, the Lantern of Gone. Zodi's unsure if the cleansing can alleviate her nightmares long term, but she seemed to feel a little bit of its ritual. In the meantime, she'd like to continue her mission by gathering more souls. Okay, so that seems to be done. Eddard is interested in reconnecting with a woman he used to know, supposedly settled in the Deadfire with the children of the Dawnstar. I was told to speak to the Dawnstar elder named Norgrand in the Temple of Gone in Nekataka. Okay, we need to go back in there, because there's a quest in there for Eddard. Sorry about that. Guess I'm not the only one that's coughing. High Priestess? As you approach, a wood elf straightens over the altar of Gone. Robes mark her as a high priestess. She arches and cracks her back loudly. A satisfied grin spreading across her face soon after.
Jody, I do hope you are not getting into trouble now.
Hey now, she's not.
Who, me? No, I wouldn't dream of it.
The faint traces of a smile forms on Eddard's lips. Aloth rolls his eyes. You're the high priestess of this temple?
Do swine stink like shit?
I suppose they can if they roll around in it. She hits you with a toothy smile, eyes glintering with amusement.
I'm guessing you're not here to worship. Then what can I do for you?
I could be here to worship. No. Yeah, Pitley said you may be able to help with food shortages in the gullet.
You did good, helping Petley with the infected. Anyone half so capable's got my ear. But I won't make you an empty promise.
She dips her head, considering.
We tried. Shipped some shares for charity. God, it's nearly 2 years back. Had the means to do some real good. But the guards wouldn't have it. Sent it all to the palace to be shared out. Proper like. Never did see
I'm gonna have to go to the palace and, talk to someone. What if I could ensure it would reach the Riparu?
Of course. We'd be glad to lend a hand. But how'll you see our shares reach the Riparu this time? What makes you think it'll work now when it didn't then?
The Principe run a port beneath the gullet. I could convince them to smuggle the food if you acted as the supplier.
Now hold on just 1 minute. I've got no beef with the Principe, but smuggling? That puts us on the wrong side of Kahanga law.
Okay, but it evens out.
We're only here, within the tribe, by the grace of the royals.
You'd rather play politics than feed starving populations, Priestess? I'll work to gain an audience with the Queen and petition her to allow your charity.
All right. You wind up in the good graces of the Kahanga royals, you get them to see the light, and I'll get you our food.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Sounds good. I believe that is the man we were looking for right here.
Here for a meal? Just get in line, dear. Ain't no trick to it.
Hey, there's a lady I'm looking for. Came from Deerwood.
Edward waves a hand in the old woman's face as though expecting cataracts. She does not appear to have cataracts.
Short, got a bad temper. It goes by Alava Mazzy.
Lava
Heard of her?
Maze.
I know an Alava, but that ain't a surname.
No?
Edward's jaw shifts sideways and gnaws out on his pipe stem.
Not real warm, that one. Stop by unannounced, you get a pistol up your nose when she answers the door.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's her. So, she's living with her, husband, then?
Not that I noticed.
Edward exhales a surprising amount of air.
Must be laying low.
Just that boy of hers.
Edward's body goes perfectly still. It seems to waver in the breeze.
She's got a son? How old would you say? Like a little boy?
Groaning, Jody pulls her hair forward over her face as if she can't hide from the moment. If she can hide from the moment.
I'd be happy to help you with the math.
Something the matter?
Nah, just curious.
Edward's grip on the pipe has caused the color to drain from his knuckles.
Oh, I couldn't say. It's been years. He must be a young man by now.
Wow, that's something. Well, thanks for your help.
Edward, did you have a son?
Don't you want to know where to find her?
Oh,
Yeah, I was just about to ask.
She's in Hasongo, last I heard. Got a little plot of land out there.
Songo.
Guess we'll look that way then. Much obliged.
Look for Elaf in Hasongo.
Yes, certainly.
I don't know where Hasongo is, but it seems to be somewhere. Road north.
You know how I've been saying there's nothing more important to me than us freeing you from Barrett's bonds?
Yeah, I feel like maybe your personal things are more important to you than the fate of the world.
Well, I meant that. I did.
Edward's breath lingers in his chest, and in his mouth hangs ajar, throwing his statement into the immediate doubt.
But there's this other thing I need to see about. On the way, like.
It's about love.
I was gonna tell you.
It's about love. You don't have to explain.
Thanks. I'm not sure I could anyway. This woman, well, love's not the right word. But she was something to me once, back in Gilded Vale.
He pauses.
Once Theos was gone, there wasn't much keeping me in Deerwood. Thought I'd be happier in Adir, where my folks had gone. It was nice seeing them again. Been almost since the war. But I didn't belong. Found I couldn't talk to anyone. Not just because of the funny way Adirans talk.
We merely swallow our food first.
Over there, across the ocean, it's like nothing I'd been through ever happened. Not the war, not the legacy. Even my parents missed most of it. And I'm glad about that. But all we had to talk about was stuff from when I was a boy.
I see. You have some PTSD probably, and you are no longer that young boy. You are now a man.
Then, I thought of somebody I knew I could talk to. Maybe the last person. Just like that, I was back on a boat, going the other way. Last I saw her, she was going to New Hayamar. Went looking for her there, only to find that she'd left a long time ago. Anyway, I don't expect you to understand, but I gotta know she ended up all right.
It sounds like she ended up with a son.
Yeah, that's something. Coming out of Deerwood during that time. When I knew her, she had another little boy, just a baby. But the legacy deprived him of a proper life.
Damn.
I never found out what happened to him. But with the Hollowborn, you didn't have to ask. Guess he got a brother, though.
Edward falls quiet blinking several times before noting your continued presence. You sure you want to know where this leads?
No, but I don't see a way to let this go. Least a way's not now. Last time I saw Lava, we got friendly. Now she's got a son.
Uh-huh. Added shrug is rigid. The smile is at least half wince. Well, let's get moving. Alright, Eddard. I was gonna take care of the food problem, talk to the queen, but she's probably gonna have us do something, but it might be connected to what you have to do, so we will go double check. And then we'll go and do your thing. What is this? The scent from the beeswax and incense wafts from the barrels and crates. Ooh, I wonder what beeswax really smells like. Alright, I think it's time to, talk to the queen. And then we'll come back down and see what's in the overlook there. I don't think we've been to the Brass Citadel yet. Nekataka is just absolutely massive. Maybe even too big. The Serpent's Crown. I am trying to.
Yes.
There we go.
Indeed.
Alright, let's turn off the fast mode. Who are those people? Guards? Yep. Wow, this place is absolutely massive too. Alright, so there's the palace. Ooh, hello. Some luxuries? I did sail pretty far to come here. I came from Port Mahio? I do not remember the name of the port. I thought you had luxuries here. Uana? Precious lady. Okay, maybe not. Okay, well now I'm upset. Muai's estate. Why do I know Muai? Why? Wow. Holy cow, look at this.
At last. Akira, I have waited a second lifetime.
I see that each island in the miniature model has been carefully sculpted, lined, and carved rings that indicate height. Someone has a full-scale model of an island in their house? Are you kidding me? Well, I'm gonna take your palm slats and your pearls. I'm gonna just... Oh man, I saw a table today that looked just like this. Rebecca knows what I'm talking about.
Yes, I shall.
Let's see here.
I shall make it
I'm just
so.
gonna loot everything real quick. I wanted to see what that book was. That book? No, that was the nonsense. Maybe that was it. Guess it's just a grimoire.
Certainly.
Boop boop. Any lore and history? Diary of an Unnamed Pirate. Excerpt from the Diary of an Unnamed Pirate about the lost vessel Fisher Queen. The sea is every inch Andra's blood. Every inch has her tears, and though it be Amara's breath, what moves us through it, it is only by the Andra's will we don't drown in her holy viscera. Court her wrath at your peril, cause she don't know the meaning of mercy. An old timer told me that one of my first time out of port, And that crusty bastard never knew when to quit flapping his gums. Didn't I? Have I read this before? Yeah, I have read this before. Because I remember the maidens tasted like shit. Okay. The rise of a cipher ringus. The line of succession in Huana tribe is malleable to change. One trend remains constant. Mataru warriors possess strength, leadership, and wisdom, make a natural choice for rangas. The Kahanga diverged from this pattern centuries ago. Instead of choosing from the accomplished fighters or hunters, the Kahanga look to the most intellectual and tactical Mataru born. Recent Kahanga generations have embraced this uncommon practice by favoring ciphers in their leadership. Some believe the development to be in the reaction to the spread of foreign influences of the Deadfire, but the tradition stretches farther than most credit. Onekaza II, latest of the cipher rangas, seems determined to not be the last of the cipher rangas, as she clings to the diminishing Huana sovereignty in the region. Rising where other tribes floundered, the Kawanga are praised for keen political maneuvering and endurance in the face of relentless trials. All that remains to be seen is how much one cipher can endure. Okay. And we've read that one. You just letting me take all your stuff? Are you dead?
I've seen worse.
Are you literally just sitting over here dead? Evie. Mohana's remains. Is the lifeless body of a Huana woman recovered from a state in Serpent's Crown? Well, I don't want to take it, but it seems like I need to.
Been feeling lonely?
Hey, Eddard,
As
leave
you
me
like.
alone. It's probably a quest item. In fact, I think it is a quest item. I'm gonna take it though.
Oh, indeed.
And I'm not into necrophilia, Eddard. In fact, I'm pretty confident I don't have any form of that.
There you are.
The spirit tilts her head concerning you. After a moment, she reaches a hand towards you. Reach out your hand. Your hands pass through hers. She lets out a soft sighing sound and draws her hand back.
I did not expect to wait so long for Rikuhu's messenger. Or have you come as Barrett's usher? The foreigners twist even our gods. Should you not be a dwarf?
I am not the usher, I'm a watcher. I'm helping the usher out. He's pretty busy.
Akira, I have not met one before. Nor will I again, I think.
Probably not.
But you are here to take me away, are you not? Well, I refuse to go. Never will I move from this place until justice is done.
She stamps her foot soundlessly.
I follow Magrin's way. Yet sickness took me before my time. I died alone and without honors. It must be put right. My body cannot be left here to rot, forgotten. I feel it there like an itch.
I assume this body is yours?
Yes. To think, a Mataru of the Kahanga tribe left to die alone and forgotten. Unthinkable.
Okay, well, put your high status in the corner a little bit because you were left to die alone and forgotten. But I will promise to fix this.
In life, I would have faced any challenge. Now you are my champion.
Moragas,
Magrin smiles upon your deeds. Take my body to the Temple of Magrin in the Sacred Stair. There is a great fire there that burns eternally. Burn my body there, so that it may be dedicated to Magrin in death. I cannot pass from this life until all is in order.
that isn't how that works. Find the Ardravanes and you will be released into the wheel. Yeah, no, we've been benevolent. Very well, I will fulfill your final wish.
You are a blessing. I would complain that you arrived late, but no matter.
Okay.
Yes?
Interesting, interesting. Guess we will go and burn her body. Something's not adding up, though. Why was she forgotten? There had to have been a reason she was forgotten. Probably not liked or something. Maybe some socio-political, economical bullshit. Who knows? Alright, time to go to the Sacred Stair. The Sacred Stair? No. Temple of Bareth? No. Maybe here? The Spire of the Soul Seers? No, that's not where I needed to be. This is not where I needed to be. Where did she want her body burnt again? I know we just talked to her. Temple of Margaron in the Sacred Stair District.
Supplies! Get your supplies here!
Where is... Oh, it's right here. Gotcha. Do we need to talk to anyone before we do this? The Magranite priest has the build of a boulder. His thickest frame stretches his fine robes at the seams. He regards you with a steady, calm gaze, nodding in greeting.
Be welcome. We gather to honor the goddess, for we must earn the strength to endure the darkest of life's battles.
Okay, Muhai has passed, and I'd like to commit her body to the flames.
Muhai?
The priest's calm demeanor is shattered by his hissed utterance. He glances around at you both.
Do you know what you do?
This
woman you carry, she cannot receive such rites. You risk the queen's anger. Muhai has broken with Wahana. The queen has forbade that any should have contact with her.
Why?
Akira, she would be banished to the Undercity if not for her sickness. And now that has finished her.
Sounds like you're very obedient for a priest of Margon.
To strike without purpose only dulls the blade. Magran teaches us to burn away what is weak within us. Fear, want, arrogance. Those things which rot the soul from within. A group of the Wapua came to seek Muhai's counsel, for she was known as a great navigator. Muhai was of the Oweki before she came to Nekataka. The Oweki and Wapua were enemies for many years, before Queen Onekaza's time. Muhai misled the hunting party, and they were lost. All of us are Kahanga now. To harm Wapua is to harm Oweki. As Muhai turned her back upon her kin, so we were commanded to turn ours upon her. The queen would have us join our tribes into one raised fist. She could not let Muhai's crime stand.
So it was a political decision.
I say, it was done for the good of our people. The traitors, they make war upon themselves. Each dousing another's flame, they are reduced to embers.
And I say your queen is a shrewd leader. You should consider yourselves fortunate.
He nods, clearly impressed. She gave them bad directions. Not the same. That's not the same as murdering them.
There are those who kill by sword and those who kill by cunning. To the dead, it makes no difference.
She died alone, isn't that enough?
So too did she act on her own, against her own people. She does not deserve the honor of walking with the gods.
She was still one of you. Her spirit cannot rest.
It is good of you to care so for one of our people. Come, give me the body. I will bury her beyond the great city walls. It is the best that I can do.
Is there no other way?
You are not of the Kahanga tribe. For what do you do this?
I feel sorry for her.
And I as well. Muhai has brought great sorrow upon herself.
No, I will ask. I will do as she asked and burn her body.
You would defy the word of our queen?
Can she not redeem herself?
Muhai is dead. She has lost her final battle.
Okay, and you are disrespecting her.
Who says one's chance for redemption ends with death? For some, it's only the beginning.
Come. Give me the body. I will bury her beyond the great city walls. It is the best that I can do.
No.
You would defy the word of our queen?
Dump the body in the fire. No, but I'm saying you should or else.
I will not spill more blood for Muhai's sake. But no, this foolishness will bring you only sorrow.
Lost some reputation with the Huana. I hope this works. You heave your grim burden into the brazier, where it lands with the scattering of embers. The body burns with unnatural swiftness, and the flames reduce to ash within what seems mere moments.
It is done. I can feel it. I am certain of it. My essence returns to me.
You can detect no change in Moa's spectral form. Now that her corpse is gone, all the same, she raises her hand to the height of her eyes, exclaiming them.
You have greater loyalty within you than those of my own blood, Watcher. You have freed me.
Happy to help.
When I was yet not too sick to rise, and had hope of leaving the city, I hid away a jewel with which I could buy passage. Climb the temple steps and search among the pillars. You will find it behind a loose stone. I will not sail again. Perhaps you can make use of it. I will find my way from here. Amira's winds blow sweet upon you, Watcher. May you always find what you seek.
See? Was it that hard?
Each obstacle is a challenge we must answer. These are whetstones that sharpen us into fine blades.
I didn't expect to see so many foreigners at the temple.
It is an opportunity to learn. What good is a fighter who knows how to defend against a single enemy? If we must one day fight one another, such is Magran's will.
Magran and I are not on the best of terms.
Do you believe so? It is not in might alone that Magran holds influence. There is purpose, conviction, achievement. You may honor her in many ways.
This is your temple?
Akira, rain and wind is a better teacher than any priest. A fighter accustomed to comfort earns only bruises.
Personally, I'd rather hold up with the book.
So, you are one of Amira's. The Animancers take her sacred ground for their own. But then, such inventiveness perhaps honors Amira.
Which way to the palace? The priest blinks. His smile is warm, but there's a little amusement in it.
Follow the path as it climbs the mountain, all the way to the Serpent's Crown. You will see it.
Farewell. Alright, so I want to check my reputation with the Huana now. The Huana. Where are the... There they are. Still one. Still one. They are a hard Hard people to please, the Huana. I wonder if I picked the wrong god. I might have. Yep. Kinda. I like clever. Clever's fun. But I like being honest. Wall does not like that. I guess I can be shady. Wall likes to be shady. I only find things that I like to do to certain people. Like, that's just how I like it. Like, I've not picked any... I don't know, there's a lot of stuff here. Alright, let's go talk to this queen lady that's probably gonna be angry at me.
Incense? Offerings for the temple?
Alright, back to the Serpent's Crown. Where was this gem that she was talking about? Okay. Hopefully it's somewhere near her house. Not in her house, I don't think. Yeah, I didn't think so. Out. She said it was near pillars. What pillars are out here? Pillars? Those don't look like pillars. That looks kind of like a pillar, I guess. I wonder what's in here. Takano's estate.
You must be careful when sparring. See the scratches on the wood?
Takano. An older Mataru man stands ringed by a younger Huana. Appearances and apprentices or pupils, it seems. His robes shimmer with quartz beating, and his perfume announces his presence from across the room. Yet beneath his finery, he looks like a fighter gone to seed. Disused muscle flops from his arm, and flabs pad him like so many layers of silk. He looks up and notices you.
Welcome. It is an honor to have one touched by Andra herself under my own roof.
He lowers his head, but he gazes beatifically at you, at your aura.
For what do you come to my villa?
Beaming, he spreads his arms wide. I'm just looking around.
Is he going to do this every time?
Tanaku continues grinning at you. Oblivious to Ayla's irritation. Read Tahanku's soul. Your essence slips from your body, and Tahanku's soul enfolds yours like a warm, oily thing. as his fears and questions seep into your perspective shifts to his. At first you're worried this moon godlike before you had been sent by the Valian debt collectors. It'd be a low trick taking advantage of your famous hospitality, but then those Valians are crafty. Perhaps your villa were bigger, then they might know you are a man worthy of respect. At least you have the shell. You tuck it away, not for self-keeping, but also because you are a little ashamed of it. How could such a simple, ugly thing be sacred to a god? But it was a gift from the queen, and so you keep it. Your gaze stares at the wall. Yes, you must knock down that section there, install a wide, grand window, once you have the money. I hear you have a rare Andrite artifact.
The Cornet of Waves. It is a conch shell, but very important. To receive it is the highest honor.
He nods vigorously, jingling the loose flesh of his neck. He sounds like he's trying to convince himself more than you.
The Queen gave it to me as thanks for my years of service. I was her personal bodyguard when she was a child, you know.
He folds his hands over his considerable paunch. Why is this Connet of Waves so special?
Because it is sacred to the goddess Andra. Everyone knows it is a privilege to have.
He claps his interlaced fingers together, his knuckles growing white. He glances towards his apprentices.
A carrot to Kano. Everyone knows it is a sign of favor.
She snaps to her, response as sudden and automatic as though Tahanku has given her an order. Ah, Arcana. Such artifacts are often imbued with powerful spells. Take care when handling it.
I keep it locked away, to see and not to touch, Ikera. But your words are good warning.
He glances nervously around his fine home.
Generations ago, there was a similar shell. When the old city sank, Andra's faithful gathered around that cornet and prayed for deliverance.
He leans close, a storyteller's grin spreading across his face. An ominous sing-song creeps into his voice.
But Andra is not a goddess of mercies. Instead of lifting them from the ruin, she pulled them down with the shell and said they would rise when it did.
He chuckles and leans back, clasping his hands over his generous midsection.
That is the story, anyway. Macabre, no?
Look, I have a special shell, too. I need the Cornet of Waves.
Of course. Who am I to keep it when Andra herself sends her messenger to collect it?
Oh, this is easy.
Take it, with my blessing.
Oh, this is easy. He presents you with a large, lustrous conch shell. The surface is inscribed with symbols, and the tip is fitted with a silver mouthpiece. Well, thank you.
Yes?
All right. I kind of wanted to show him mine, but if he's just going to give me his, forget it. You don't need to see it.
I shall make it so.
Ooh, is that some Kawiki fruit? Yeah, I'm going to take your fruit too. Nothing you can do about it. You might be able to do something about that. I ain't going to try to take that. What else you got around here, my dude? Wolf's head? You see cracks along the surface of this battle horn where it was carefully replicated. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Jody,
What can I do? All right.
can you sneak over here and steal this stuff? This, and Takano's key. What are his keys for?
Yeah.
Not that I need it, more or less. Oh, some more stuff. What a fish.
As you like.
This shark portrayed mid-leap has been carved from a single piece of wood. Neat.
Mm-hmm. What can I...
Okay, so we have a key for something. Not sure what exactly. You were not in here a minute ago. do I have a key if there is nothing for which to unlock?
For what do you come to my villa?
I do not. Goodbye. Well, I need to go and, well, I think you know where we need to go, so I'll be right back. Alright. So if you remember, this area, this is what we needed to be at. Place a conch in one hand. Place a second conch in the other hand. The other shell slides into place, glowing as brightly as its twin. Counterpoint melody rises from it. The carving shudders, and something rumbles beneath your feet. You watch as the wall panel sinks to the floor. You've lost an item, Cornet of the Depths.
What can I do you for? Uh-huh.
That's unusual.
That is unusual.
Well, as long as I don't get caught.
Trap disarmed.
Well, as long as I don't. Guess that wasn't so hard.
Unlocked. Cadlu Scalth. Large shield. Quality exceptional. Shield engagement +1 enemies engaged. Exceptional +4 shield deflection. Soul strike. Grants soul strike. Use the luminous shard stored soul energy to strike a target, lowering their defenses. Penalty becomes more potent with the metaphysics skill. Oh shit. I was gonna give that shield to Eddard, but I think I might give it to me. Is this a big shield? Large shield, one-handed. Okay. Luminous Dissonance. -5 incoming damage from spells. Improves with metaphysics skill. +5% incoming damage from weapons. This shield was constructed for use of an Anguithan saint as he performed his eternal vigil. Crafted from a single slab of Audra, Chadhu Scaleth, the saint's protection is a natural reservoir of soul energy and lent considerable power to the vessel who bore it. The saint's was parted from its shield only when the volcano over which the sacred site he guarded erupted. The shield was recovered many years later by a band of Raparu woodsmen, where it was half submerged in a quick mud pit. The Raparu, none of whom grasped the value of the find, retrieved it for curiosity's sake. The shield was no more than a novelty until it began to sing. As the woodmen described it, they recounted to their chieftain in the distant melody hummed with luminous colors that revealed their lives past and shook them to their core. The chieftain, unwary of the implications of such tales, took the shield for his own personal use. Luminous Harmony. Luminous Harmony. -5 damage taken from all sources. Grant Soul Smite. I think we gotta have Soul Smite. I don't know. -5 damage taken from all sources? That's pretty broken. Ooh, but Soul Smite sounds so badass. 20 to 40, -5 all defenses. Okay, we'll do Soul Smite. And yes. Ooh, Enchanter. Achievement unlocked. Legendary. Oh, we can put it up to Legendary once I get some more money. Yeah, I'm taking that. And what is this? Scroll of Nature's Mark. Salone? Can you wear this, please? Thank goodness. Oh, check that out. That's sick.
Yes?
And you have Soul Smite now? You do. What does Soul Smite do? I would like to test this. Editor, mechanics, please.
Alright, but I'm keeping what's in there. All done.
Poleaxe, Scepter, Exceptional Scale Mail. What do we have on? Light armor. That's medium armor, isn't it? Editor probably has it. Yes, she does. I'll give it to her. Salone. To me. So now we have a sword that talks and a luminous Audra shield. That's pretty cool. And what is in here? Wahi Poraga. Poleaxe two-handed. Exceptional damage 12 to 17, 11 penetration. This ancient Hana weapon once belonged to the legendary barbarian Mo'alahua, the battle crazed. Known for his love of violence and his love of money, Mo'alahua sold his services as a warrior to the highest builder. He had no compunction. He had no compunction against fighting on either side of a conflict and did so frequently, sometimes switching sides during a single battle. If he was rumored to be fighting, opposing commanders would actively bid for his loyalty throughout the course of his melee. Mo'alahua was indiscriminate in battle, striking all who came near, both friend and foe. He could be relied on to never give ground, however, and his, quote, allies always gave him a wide berth in which to do his deadly work. Okay. Interesting.
Hey. I trust you.
Is that it, Yaloth? You see anything in here? Is that it? Do you still have your +1 perception? You do. Okay, so that must be it. So I'm kind of wondering if Okaizu is actually just Nekataka. Like, why would you have a shrine of a place that isn't the place that it's at? You know? Like, you don't have a Temple of Gon without Gon in it. You don't have a Temple of Athos without Athos in it. Like, why would you have anything about Nekataka?
Oh.
Man, I love that new shield. Come on, guys. Just walk your booties over here.
Shell.
Walk your booties. There you go. Keep walking.
What do you require?
Darrow leans forward towards you, his leg braces squeaking. I found some money that belongs to you.
A woman of principle. In Nekataka, that is rarer than teeth in a clam. Keep it. Who says virtue is its own reward?
Ah, he makes a flicking motion with his slender fingers. Okay, well.
Oh, indeed.
That was worth more than the musket you gave me, you piece of poop. Oh, I messed up. Explore the Narrows. Go right. Go right. Inspect the merchant stall. Oh gosh. Laid out are various trinkets made from junk, necklace strung with fish bones and shoe buckles, and bracelets made of shards of broken glass. But the curtain sways a flap of, as if stirred by a draft. You twitch it aside and discover a secret passage. Go through the curtain behind the merchant stall. You check the tunnel one more time to make sure no one's watching, then you slip behind the curtain and into another passage. You're walking along when several hood figures materialize out of the darkness. Not so fast. You gotta pay the toll if you want to visit Delver's Row. I've already been to Delver's Row. Good folk open markets are vital to a healthy economy. Would you turn away a paying customer? Then I'll pay and steal. Just this once. Turn around. Go right. Go forward. Go forward. Turn around. Go forward. Go right. Go left. Turn around. Go right. Go left. Go forward. Go right. There's gotta be something with this door. Maybe I gotta do it 5 times or something? Nope, okay. I'm just lost. Okay. Let's go west. Takanu's estate. And we still got one more spot to discover too. Nekataka is so large you can spend like 6 hours here exploring. Nagati has blessed you. Thank you. Takano?
For what do you come to my villa? Because it is sacred to the god.
A carrot to...
Yeah, everyone knows that. Hwana used conch shells to communicate for centuries. This is likely one such device.
What a noble purpose.
Yeah, he expression falls. Ooh, I found a typo. His expression falls. As if he were hoping for a grander story.
Generations ago, there was a similar shell. When the old city sank, Andra's faithful gathered around that cornet and prayed for deliverance.
He leans close, a storyteller's grin spreading across his face. An ominous sing-song creeps into his voice.
But Andra, that is the
Yep, we already know. Okay, well, bye. What is that? Is that just a weasel? Maybe a dragon? Okay, I got one more place to go before I go talk to the queen. The queen is mean. Ladies Espero's estate. These some rich motherfuckers. Where's the luxury vendor? Also, I don't know where that lady's jewel is. I don't know where she hid it. Is the queen gonna be mad at me for doing that? She might.
For what do you enter my home uninvited? This is my estate, not a beachside hut.
Oh, sorry, wrong estate.
The last mistake you'll ever make, I say.
Excuse you. You really want to do this? We can do this. Stun the mercenary wizard, please. Oh, you got guard dogs too? Oh my goodness, they're gonna kill her. Oh my goodness, why did we walk into this place?
How may I help?
Lavaru beyond seek.
Mule kick, mule kick, mule kick, the war dog. Wow. Bam. You lip everyone a little bit.
But see, I'm stuck.
Oh my
Temporary
goodness.
setback. Yes.
Now, Edwin!
Hey.
Stay behind me.
That hardly seems fair.
Yes?
Dang. Well, that was about as useful as a bump on a pickle.
Oh.
Be on seek.
Hey. Leave it to me.
Ow.
This is too much.
Ow.
Worse than rough.
Can't move.
Happy to oblige.
Okay. Wound. And a kick of the dog. Alright, Edward
Something I can do.
cannot move. Now he can. Yes. Everyone beat up on Edward, please.
How may I help?
Another fireball right there.
Worse than rough.
No one noticed that, right?
Oh, I noticed it. He did great.
Yeah.
Worse than rough.
Yes.
Hey. How may I help?
Dang, Rolling Thunder almost got them all.
Lavaru beyond seek.
Yes.
Please stop doing that.
Time to separate the chaff.
What do you need?
Really, Alof?
I shall deal with this one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Something I can do?
How long am I gonna be stuck in there? I didn't think I'd be in there that long.
I shall deal with this one.
What can I do you for? Yes.
Something I can do?
I guess I should have realized that I should not have come into this house unannounced. But they just seem to have thought they could take me.
Happy to oblige.
hardly seems fair.
Oh, indeed.
Just like that.
Yeah?
I said we were gonna leave,
Yes?
and she said no.
Yeah.
Yeah, you best be frightened.
Oh?
Alright, can I, resurrect them?
Yes.
Nope. Combat only.
As you like.
Copper leaf, stiletto, fine breastplate, fine reaper, stiletto, water. Mercenaries wizard grimoire. Lady Apero's head. The sack contains the head of Lady Apero. Okay, I guess someone wanted to kill her. Oh, it was a bounty. Who wanted Lady Apero? Return to Deathrill at Radiant Court and Dunnage to claim the reward for Lady Apero's bounty. Oh, I did not realize that was a bounty that we just did.
I'd carry more if I could, but I can't. Sorry, friend.
Lady Apero's map fragment. This piece of tattered parchment shows the familiar waters of the landmasses of the Deadfire archipelago, but without the other pieces it is impossible to tell where it points or how it gets there. A note is scribbled in the margins. Apero. As my parting wish, I ask that you give the others at least a fortnight before you send your dogs after them. I know you're in need of coin, but allow them the courtesy of a head start. I buried that treasure for us to share. Captain Huenka.
What do you need?
Okay. Soul Void. Grants the effects of white leaf after arrest. What is white leaf? White leaf. The best part of waking up. This dragon pendant is actually an intricately carved pipe of the type traditionally used to smoke white leaf. It is carved from what can only be a scale from the great Audra dragon. Meticulous care is taken to fashion the wide, toothy mouth, which serves as the pipe's bowl. The small dragon seems to be both roaring and smiling, hurlingly demanding to be packed and lit. The pipe was the personal paraphernalia of Jervel. Jeherov the Addled. A wizard and animates are known not only for his love of white leaf, but also his obsession with its effects on the soul. His aloof and cruel nature led him to perform many questionable acts in his attempt to comprehend higher statuses of consciousness. He had the proclivity of stealing the soul of his associates and acquaintances, usually by inviting them to partake in poison potent white leaf. His that victims would die and their soul disoriented would linger briefly. Jerelv would then trap them with his favorite pipe. He always planned to conduct experiments on the souls of those who died in such a state, but often got distracted or just simply forgot. Jerelv came to a fitting end when, while not precisely in his right mind, he mistakenly smoked a batch of his own blighted white leaf and died. His spirit, confused, wandered into the pipe of his own volition, and has been unable to find its way out. It has plenty of company. Okay. How close are we to assembling the map? I thought we had a few more pieces like that. We have 1, 2. That's just a dead man's note. That's not part of the map. Yeah, I don't know why I have his key. I don't really need his key. What do these pets do? Dude, the six-toed cat seems pretty dope. Toby. Oh. What's the pig do? +1 constitution. +20 health restored per kill grants pet party. I don't know, I kinda like that. I wanna try that out for a little bit. And we will have Dude the Six-Toes Cat. While Dude the Six-Toes Cat is following you around, you regain some health when you deal killing blows against an enemy. And your party will be less likely to be hit by attacks. Okay.
What do you need?
Well, thanks, dude. Scroll to repair the body. I can use that. Scroll up withdraw. I cannot use that. Combat only. Okay. On the province and ruination of Nekataka's old city. Experts from a lecture given before an annual convention of the Academy of Architectural, I was trying to read it with the E, architectural historians in Adir. Close examination by learned parties suggests that Nekataka is significantly older than it might first appear. We take our example from the suppurating wound in the city's side, which the locals most charmingly refer to as the gullet. On its face, it is not considerably different from your average slum. Indeed, it contains all that one might expect of such a place, despite desperate poverty, wrenching hunger, a tavern fare brimming with miscreants, and flourishing criminal culture. Of course, it has its own unique offering as well, a towering pile of garbage dumped into the district from the more affluent neighborhoods above it. It is, in every sense, abominable. The Huana leadership should be ashamed. But I digress. Far more interesting than the caste stratifications among the Huana are the bones of their city is built upon. For beneath the gullet lies a vast cavern littered with the remains of an ancient city. Referred to simply as the Old City by the Dezenins of Nekataka, the sunken metropolis is notable for two reasons. The Old City's architecture is markedly different in style, form, and apparent use from the architecture of modern Nekataka, and there is no readily available explanation for the Old City's destruction that has already been considered and discounted by those inclined to study it. My peers here in the Academy and beyond believe that the Old City's destruction is clearly the fault of the region's energetic volcanism, and subsequent tectonic rumblings. I would caution against grasping at such an easy solution, however, considering the following. The Wana have lived in this region for thousands of years. Earthquakes are no more a surprise to them than the archipelago's daily soaking rain. None in Aurora match their sheer creativity and expertise in building to withstand these events. Moreover, for all of their flexibility in building construction, the Wana tastes have proven to be remarkably stable over time, showing a clear preference for designs that mimic the rhythm and the shapes of the natural world. The Old City shows none of these things. Indeed, what remains was constructed primarily of stone, cut in Hastur blocks, and the buildings are arranged in a manner not dissimilar from those prevalent in the Nguithan ruins that dot the landscape. With those 2 points in mind, does it not seem prudent to ask whether the Old City is Wana in origin, and if it's not, who built it, and finally, what destroyed it? So that goes off my theory that Nekataka is actually Okazu as well. Selected correspondences, Griftbringer's Eden. Sing, O ocean waves of Andra's sorrow, of her unrequited love for the unattainable moon. Sing the ocean's sorrow, so that we may forget our own. Each day the tide reenacts Andra's longing for the great moon. The waters reach out at high tide, yearning for heavenly body, only to slump into low tide when the moon proves unattainable. You asked me once why I loved Andra so dearly, how I could go from a life on dry land to being a devotee on the goddess of the oceans. I sing of the ocean's sorrow so that I may forget my own. It is Andra's message that I speak to my heart. I have devoted my life to helping others discard painful memories, for that is the gift Andra gave to me. When I lost my young daughter, my wife and I were inconsolable, until a gift bender offered to take my toddler's toys and cast them into the deepest waters. Truth be told, I and the other gift benders I know have never even spoken to Andra. She is largely silent, and when she does speak, she uses floods and tidal waves instead of words. But we sing of the ocean's sorrow so that others may forget theirs. Andra's story, the story of their desires unanswered, actually matter to the people like me, you and me. Magran, goddess of fire and transformation, purification, consumption, and trials. Cannot steer you to victory over sadness. Hylia cannot force joy down a crying throat. Only Andra can give us the strength and preserve when life seems without worth. And that is the answer to your question regarding why I love my goddess so dearly. Well, hopefully you get
I wonder what this is.
reincarnated. Scroll of Protection. Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
Stiletto.
Something I can do.
Ooh, I got a hat. She don't have a hat yet. Where are the hats? I would have thought the hats were... Oh, maybe I stole it. Maybe he stole it. Eloth did steal it. Here you go, have this hat. Yeah, sure, that's a nice style for you.
Good thinking.
As you like.
Whoa, there's a lot of money in here. True stories from the living lands. So if you guys do not know, Avowed is supposed to take place in the living lands. Only the hardiest of explorers would dare take the long, dangerous trek into the living lands. While there is no denying its beauty, the diversity of plant life alone in its is an herbologist's dream. The inherent risk in blithe trekking through these pristine hills is more than most should undertake. Let me take a moment to tell you about the land itself. Rolling hills, greenery, and sun. The whole area feels like a succession of hills and valleys, each with its own ecosystem. While that declaration is a tad extreme, it can almost be said to be true. The combination of sun, geographical location, proximity to fresh water, valley depth, and the existence of hot springs has given the living lands a wide breadth of flora and fauna. Walk down the hillside in the valley and you will find lush, verdant hills. Climb the next rise and you might see nothing but rock and boiling mineral springs. And the creatures in my travels, I've seen it all in that place. And it never ceases to amaze me. Trolls. I will never forget my encounter with the trolls of the living lands. I just narrowly avoided being consumed by a giant plant. More on that later. And I was running as fast as I could to get away from it. I broke the crest of the hill, and the valley below was wide, green, wet, and covered with low, thick branched trees. Vines grew everywhere between the trees, across the tops of them, down to the ground. It is a mess of vine and green. Cautiously, I worked my way down toward the basin, keeping an eye out for anything suspicious. And it's a good thing I did so. I noticed that not all the trees appeared to be trees. I froze, dropped to the ground in an effort to minimize my appearance. One of the trees moved, lumbering slowly away from the cluster. It's then that I realized it was a troll, stepping out from among the group of trees it had been resting against. With a few more steps, I would have walked right into their home. Their camouflage these trolls exhibited far exceeds any I've ever seen before. I hope to return again in the future and observe them more. Have I read this before? Insects. While I've never seen them, I've read reports of giant insects in the living land. Centipedes, flies, mosquitoes, and hornets, all 10 times the size you would see them elsewhere. Imagine making camp. You've just gotten everything set up. There's a nice fire going next to your shelter. Something is gently shimmering in the cooking pot. You sit down, finally feeling you can relax after a trying day. You feel the tickling at your feet, insistent and prolonged. Reaching down to brush whatever it is away, your hand comes into contact with something hard, long, and flexible, winding its way around your boot. You look down to see a centipede the size of your arm casually making its way over your feet toward the far side of the camp. You would get that out of that camp, wouldn't you? That's exactly what my friends did when he realized he started his fire over Centipede's nest. Oof, plants. And lest you forget, do not let your guard down around the plants. I had discovered a wonderful collection of giant flowers. They were bright pink and grew in a circle around a central stalk. What an aroma. I lack words describing how delectably sweet it was. It was. Sweet, fruity, and light, with just a hint of something tangy. Looking closer, I saw some berries growing in the stalks in the center of the flowers. Well, I just had to have them, so I started pushing my way through the flowers. Then the vines growing around the base of the plant began to twitch, and the blooms turned toward me. It was at that moment I saw the blooms weren't actually flowers, but hinge jaws. I had been fooled by its camouflage. I quickly retreated, pushing my way back out. Just in time, the bloom slammed shut. If I had still been standing there, trying in vain to reach the berries, I wouldn't be writing this book today. Wow. Potion of spatial alacrity. There's so much text on everything. Marksmen and archers alike prize this coppery draught. It smells of fig leaves, cinnamon mixed with vinegar. It heightens the imbuer's awareness in their surroundings. Lining up for a perfect shot. Potion of spirit shield. Interns floral and musky. This potion contains spiritual energy that, when imbued, surrounds the caster with a mystical shield that increases armor rating and concentration.
Yeah?
Neat. One more book. 2 more books. Beloved Land. Poem from Glanfath. I think I've read this poem, yeah? I've read a poem. I can't remember if it's that poem, but I have read a poem.
Don't see why not.
I can't imagine there's too many poems around here. Hello? Oh my goodness, I'm getting tired of reading. The Adrian Empire Part 1. I gotta read that one. In approximately 2200 AI, the group of tribes called the People of the Deer unified into a new civilization called the Adir Kingdom. The tribes, small and widespread over the land, knew it would be better if their continued existence to unify. The leaders of each tribe became advisors to the king chosen by the group. Each advisor would still be lord over his people, but each lord would answer to the Faircong first king. This decision turned out to be exactly what was needed, and Adrian Kingdom thrived, spreading out over the land, establishing strong trade routes, and became known to be fair but shrewd businessmen. While the country thrived and internally there was little strife, there were still the occasional skirmishes with the neighboring elven kingdom of Kulkin. Not long after the kingdom was formed, the Adrian people began studying animancy. Still largely unknown at the time, it was an exciting, terrifying new realm that Adrian scholars saw great potential in. This potential came to bear fruit in 2060 AI, so 60 years later, when the group of animators working together transferred the soul of a recently departed man in another body, creating the first of what would become later to be known as an undead. The reaction to this discovery was swift and decisive. Both King Adir and the Church of Wotica condemned this event, and the study of practice of animancy was outlawed. It would never again be practiced open on Adirian soil. Conflicts with the Kulkilin continued, escalating into a minor war in 2398 AI. Afterward, a treaty was signed and the kingdom of Adir merged with Kulkin to form the Adir Empire. With the political and military strife now settled, the Adir Empire would become an economic powerhouse, able to produce resources that were hard to find in other parts of the world. Their trade routes became some of the most lucrative in the world. Adir customs. Adir is a country rich with customs, and they are known for their strict adherence to them. Their customs run the gamut from grand celebrations like the Feast of Feasts to mundane superstitions such as ways to avoid Svev addiction. This volume will focus primarily on bigger celebrations, as no one knows how to throw an extravagant party like the Adiran. The Feast of Feast sounds like Thanksgiving. The biggest and most important of all Adirian customs is the Feast of Feast. This week-long celebration happens the first week of Fanestu, Deep Summer. It is dedicated to honoring the life of the first Faircong. Each day of the week is devoted to some aspect of Faircong's life, and there are very specific dishes to be served at each meal. The Feast of Feast originally began as a festival celebrating the birth of the Faircong's first son, and soon became a yearly occurrence during the week of his birthday. Currently, Adrian simply use it as an excuse to party and pull up all the stops in an effort to outdo the previous year. At least you wonder, as I did, which Faircong is honored during the Feast of Feasts. It is always the current Faircong, for each Faircong is the first and only Faircong. Okay, Sweet Treat. A special custom that arose at some point during the Feast of Feasts. Sweet Treats started as a way to keep children occupied and so the parents could dine in peace. While it was still used for that today, significance had been added to it. Each treat is placed in a container, usually small metal boxes, and hidden somewhere on the property. After everything has been hidden, the children are sent out to find the, quote, treasures. End quote. It is said now that the hidden treats represent Glan fans' artifacts, and the children are the explorers, bringing the riches back to their new and rightful owners. Carnival of the Masks. When the original colonists of Adir traveled to the new land to find Deerwood in the name of the Adirian Faircong, they encountered the Glanfathan people. The Carnival of the Masks celebrates this meeting. Originally, it was merely a formal reenactment as a play of the tension between the Glanfathans and the Adirian settlers, but it has since evolved into much more than the than that. Participants chose sides and come dressed in elaborate outfits depicting which group they have decided to align themselves with, Aediran or Glanfathans. Everyone attends to a masquerade ball, and this party represents any semblance of the play that was presented. Winter's End. Winter's End is never anything more than an excuse for a celebration that isn't changing in all the years it has existed in Aedir. It takes place during winter dusk and lasts all 3 days. People use this time to reflect on the year, celebrate their lives, and remember the dead, especially those who have passed away in the recent year. Lots of lore in this house. Lots of lore. And the kitchen. The carving of Nagiti is meticulously detailed from the scales on her legs to the fine points on her teeth. Yep, okay. I will take all the rice wine, thank you. Is that it? We just explored everything in this house? Now we've explored everything in this house, yeah? Okay, well that bounty was not too difficult. But I've been recording for a bit, and I think it's a good place to stop right here, guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.